Hello, everyone. Welcome to a brand new series. We are on the Green Mountain map, and up north that away somewhere is Richard on his own plot of land. We are doing a competitive multiplayer series. So the rules are pretty simple. We both started with $700,000, no debt, and that was it. We had to purchase whatever equipment we wanted and whatever land we wanted to start with. So I'm going to give you a quick tour of what I picked up to get myself started, and then we'll dig in. So I got this nice Massey Ferguson combine here. It's a 3640 with a Capello Quasar folding corn head and a Massey Ferguson grain head. I also got an International Harvester tractor. It's a 1206 diesel with a front loader arm. Got this fertilizer spreader, and that's also does lime. Got this chisel plow here, and I got the Massey Ferguson 1250, along with this Case International 5100 seeder. We have two pieces of land. They are fields 10 and 12, which thankfully do line up plot number wise. I prefer it when maps do that. I know it's not always possible, but it's nice. And I've already purchased soil information. Yes, we are using precision farming. We are not using seasons. We have seasonal growth turned off, and we are on a fixed display month, or fixed visual month. Yeah, not so the months will change, but visually it'll stay as if it's the month of June. So we have fields 10 and 12 here, both of which I purchased because they were close together. They were close to the main town area, and they had really high yield percentage bonuses at 116 and 125% respectively for 10 and 12. The crop in 12 is corn and will be ready for harvest next month. The crop in 10, however, is cotton. And one of the rules of this challenge, which I'll go over the rest of the rules in a moment, but one of them is that we cannot borrow equipment. You cannot borrow it for contracts, and you cannot lease it for your own personal use. You have to buy everything. We spent our money down to 245,000, and the rest of the rules are pretty simple. We only operate during daylight hours. Each game day is an episode. And by the end of this first episode, we must have some kind of dwelling with a sleep trigger. Now, I think I'm going to just take care of that right now. Oops, wrong button. There we go. So that I don't forget. I'm going to grab this guy right here and make sure that I'm not screwing up the bank too much there. And maybe set it back a little bit and plonk. There's my home. Actually, I want to do a little landscaping up to the walkway there. Is that this texture? No. It's this one, I bet. Still no? Darker one? There we go. There we go. Beautiful. So that's our house. We will have our sleep trigger because of this. And yeah. So we're going to dive in. My first task is going to be seeding right over this crop. I already have both the fertilizer spreader and the seeder loaded. And we are going to, not reverse. We're going to jump right into the work here. The rest of my equipment is right there. There's a pickup truck and 3 trailers. Those trailers can be reconfigured to be flatbeds as well, so I have plenty of capacity. Now, I've started with farming. Richard, on the other hand, has decided to start with forestry. And that was due to his own confusion. He thought we were doing a start from scratch, which we are, but there was no rule that it had to start with forestry. He kind of just assumed that on his own. But he could still make a ton of money. When we get to the end, he could still win, all because of starting with forestry. It's hard to say. For now, however, come on, there we go, cruise control. I'm gonna get busy with this and put you guys on a little bit of a time lapse, and I will see you when it's all over. Thought I would bring you guys back for a quick minute to explain what just happened there. I decided to switch tractors to see if this one would pull this piece of equipment better, and it does. So the little Massey there, it's a nice tractor, and I love it, and it'll get plenty of use on this series, but it was just struggling to pull this seeder at speed. Boy, and I can't steer while talking, apparently. So I decided to swap it out. I forgot about one rule set. It's really two rules, but they kind of go together. As you know, if you watch my channel a lot, I use quite a lot of course play and auto drive. Richard, on the other hand, does not. He doesn't really understand them yet, and so it's kind of gives me an unfair advantage. So he is going to get to use, well, technically we can both do, but it's really his equipment that's going to benefit from it more. We can use things that have slight unrealistic speeds and capacities, but not major. So like a combine that goes 10, a combine header really is what limits the speed. With a speed limit of 10, when the normal speed limit is 6 to 8, or whatever it is okay. But a combine that can do 80 across the field is not okay. And then also, I will be using course play and auto drive. I probably won't take any of the unrealistic capacities at all, just to help balance that out a little bit. Yeah, so I figured I better just bring you guys back and explain that little bit there. And we will keep it going. All right, there, there at the end of the time lapse, you saw me putting in some uh, accessories for the farm and starting to look at shopping. I am thinking that we are going to go with this guy. I think we want Michelin because you know me, I'm a Michelin, except I do actually kind of prefer the Trelleborg's the only one with two. Yeah, I guess I will be going with Michelin then, which is fine. It's what I like. And I am getting the US spec with the slow moving vehicle triangle, or SMV for abbreviations. And I do apologize if my voice sounds a little rough today. My allergies are killing me. We are recording this, even though it probably won't come out for a couple of months. We are recording this early spring. It is mid-March right now. So now the forage wagon was cheaper, but for obvious reasons that's not always ideal. Especially right now when I have no place to store things. Yeah, you're going for the full road just to get one little tiny bit. That's okay. We'll get these little missed bits, which were from me. I thought I installed the mod for honking to scare the animals off. And I noticed that I forgot to turn off fertilizer usage for course play, since with precision farming, soybeans don't need additional nitrogen. Oh well. Lag bubble. Please don't put me in the river. Please don't put me in the river. Woo. That was fun. Other way. Other way. Trying to think about where I want to put it. Now, the only question is, are we going to do baling the long way by not having a windrow? Or do we have a windrower in here? I mean, that one's pretty good for a fairly cheap price. And the Kubota one is exactly the same for more expensive. Oh, no, it's not. It is slightly bigger. It looks exactly the same in many regards. But looks can be deceiving, as we all know. Oh, it's exactly the same as this one. That's right. We're not going for my normal Vicon. We're definitely not going for the gigantic class. Richard messaged me and said that he's not moving, so he must be lagged out. I am hosting this rather than using a server. So it is dependent on both of our internet connections to behave. And we are going to send this back to the yard and do some more shopping. I could do hay, but I'm going to grab sheep first. And sheep only need grass. So I'm not gonna get a tedder just yet. I do think I will grab this guy though. Customize. Can I get... Well, there's some nice BKTs. Yep, and that's what we're gonna go with. What do I have for colors? Yeah. We'll keep it the stock colors. And jump back to the other tractor. Oops, I'd already disconnected. And we are going to head this tractor over to the shop. But not yet. I got to get us past the mower first. Now, because our other tractor is already on the two-way, this guy is going to wait patiently for his turn. And Richard's coming back in. I am, however... Whoops, not that. This. I'm going to take this guy off, which you should see the other tractor get started, rolling. Yes, there he goes. So we will get out of his way by going over under the verge. And we're going to get over to our little yard here. We're going to drop the baler right here in the field we just planted. We are going to zip over here to the workshop. We need to do a tire swap. Whoa. What the? What is going on? I somehow have super speed. I'm not sure what's going on there, but yeah, we'll spend the $2 to repair that. Keep everything the same. Well, we can't get it under Michelin's. Looking for narrow tires. There we go. So Trelleborg's has narrows. Wow. Let me check that. Well, I don't know what's going on, why I have super speed. I just checked to make sure I didn't accidentally have it turned on in easy dev controls, which we do have installed for, while we used it for setup and just in case of emergencies, we're keeping it installed. Because it is a multiplayer server and lag bubbles can cause bad things to happen sometimes, and yeah. Anyway, it's on the last stage of growth, but that means there's still time. We're gonna get in here and get this guy rolling. Course play. Create job. Thank you. Open, close. Multiple tools, no. Headlands, we'll do 2. We can do smooth. We'll do clockwise. Up and down. Generate. Alright, and we are going to pause here because Richard needs to actually restart his computer. He's having pretty major issues. Well, Richard has told us not to pause, and I'm not sure this is going to work. He can't seem to get going very fast. There is a gearbox issue with this tractor, I've noticed. And that would be Richard returning. I thought. But he didn't finish synchronizing. Are you gonna get going there, buddy? Well, we will jump out to our other tractor. Whoops, wrong direction. Oh, I know why. So that is the store forklift. It is actually owned by the store. I suppose while I'm here, I ought to get a bale spike, huh? We will do that. Just looking at my options. This one's going to be nice when we shift over to square bales. But we needed a cheap baler for now. Yep, we're going to stick with what we've got here. I didn't accidentally click on a different one, did I? I did. Nice. So if I buy the other one to start with, we don't have to change it in the future because I have configuration options. And I can attach this to different things. Yeah, we'll just buy this one now. And I really am, not by design or anything, but just by happenstance, sticking with a very red theme, aren't I? It is nice to have the shop so close to the farm. Oh yeah, this is never gonna work. So what I will do instead is just kind of use the course play lines on the mini map as a guide. As a rough guide since I can't steer. It doesn't seem to be laying down much, if anything. Oh, it was on 2 for cruise control somehow. No wonder it was being flaky. Alright, hang on. That does affect the workers. Is that all the problem was? Yes! Oh, good grief. Alright, let's go back to our other tractor here. Get this worker out of here. Costing us money. Alrighty. Well, I'm going to stick you guys on another time lapse while I get busy doing the job. If it'll lower. Ah, dumbass. Good times. We just had to restart the server because Richard was having an issue. And actually, so was I. You might have caught it on the time lapse there. The tines on the windrower were really being weird. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Oh, here's Richard synchronizing again. There's a bale counter mod, and we started having problems after I bought the baler. Well, I went and looked in the log file, and that's because the bale counter mod is not actually multiplayer compatible, even though it says it is. Gotta love it. Alright, found that tree. Get backed up close to that tree. Oops, and drop it down. So the bale counter was removed. And while I was at it, I removed the implement wear info HUD because it has a small visual bug with it that bothers me, so. Oh, pardon me. Dang it. And I don't need it anyway. Because the simple inspector HUD that's above the mini-map there tells me that same information. Make sure everything's good for Richard. If he even sees that message. Ooh, no brakes. Well, weak brakes on this tractor. Kind of like a lot of tractors in real life. Oh, he sent me a message over on Discord. Alright. He's not complaining, so must be working. pig. Why did you let me mow out there if I don't have access? And them brakes are bad. I hate when it lets me mow outside my borders. Oh, he sent me another message? No, Slack is just being stupid and not marking the message as read. I'm a little paranoid now since he was having issues. I will use Mr. Sealy P's trick of trying to go the opposite direction across that. It does actually work. I've seen him do it in his videos. It's a great trick. But it only works sometimes. At any rate, it's probably a good idea to go back to the time lapse now. I'll talk to you guys in a bit. Alright, we're gonna zoom over here real quick, pick up these 2 bales, because I'd like to get our sheep in sooner rather than later. Sooner we get them in, sooner we start getting product from them. Oh boy. Oh boy. We may have overestimated ourselves there. Alright. I don't have any equipment that I can use as a counterweight either. So I guess I'm going to have to run over to the shop and buy one. Alright, I will send this guy down there to do that, and I will keep bailing. Let's get him a weight to pick up when he gets there. I kind of like these 10 winkle weights. I don't know why. But I think I'm going to go with this Agco here. Ooh-wee. Yep. Quite the busy one. Lots and lots to do. But I definitely want to get the sheep in before the end of this episode. We did screw up. We had the time on ×3. It needs to be on ×10, which equates to about 2.5 hours per, of actual gameplay per episode. Obviously, we will record that down to be smaller than that. My target is going to be about 20 to 30 minutes. I will probably overshoot that because I talk too much. And I'm terrible at cutting out me talking too much, like I'm kind of doing right now. It's all good, though. Come on. Oh. So the nice thing about this weight is that it has the pin hitch on the back. And that lets us grab trailers if we want to, without detaching the weight. Okay, so we'll put this on our yard and head off. There we go. That is a lot of bales. And I forgot for the first couple bales, but then I remembered to change the size up to the maximum, which is huge for this baler. Unfortunately, the bale wrapper that I wanted to get that was nice and cheap, it's a new one that just came out a little while ago, it can't wrap very big bales. Ooh, let's not drive in the river. No driving into the river allowed. I'll leave that to plonkers like Daggerwin. I don't understand with how much of a numpty he is, why anybody watches him, but then again, I still watch him. At least his survival roleplay series that's really all I watch anymore, because I just don't enjoy the rest. He forgets the simplest things and stuff like that, and it just irritates me. As long as he's been playing this game, he ought to know everything pretty much inside and out. Especially with how much he plays. I just don't get how he makes the mistakes that he makes. And boy, that's irritating that that's outside my boundary. Oh well. Oh, come on. Obviously, I'm going to be going back around with the windrow again and pulling those in. Can I ease over and grab it? Nope. I mean, bits and pieces, but not consistently. That's alright, though. We'll just zip down here and grab it where it turns the corner. You know, I guess what bothers me most about Daggerwin is that he has such potential and he has such a large viewer base and he doesn't follow through with that potential. That's what bothers me, I think. It's like he's not stupid. He is not stupid. He is a very smart man, actually, and very talented at rebuilding small engines. I enjoy that channel of his more than I do the Daggerwin channel. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about, that's Machinery Restorer. It's his other channel. And I really enjoy those videos. I just don't really enjoy his farm sim videos anymore. Other than survival roleplay and vintage survival. I do enjoy that one as well. When he doesn't cut it off early, like he did this last one. Oh, I'm being a complete numpty head again myself. Not even paying attention to the fact that the tractor got back. And we want to take that off of that. Fire it up. Now I should be able to go move those gigantic bales of grass. And we will stick these straight in as feed. Ah, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah. Little bits of lag here and there. That's got to be from Richard, you know, with this being multiplayer and him being on the other side of the Atlantic there. Across the pond, as he would say. And I think we will just back this tractor right up. That should be far enough. Let's find out. Animals. Sheeple. Kind of want them back from the house just a little bit. There's enough room to get tractors and what have you past. Let's turn the grid off. Hello? Oh, it's a mouse click, that's why. Yep, alright, that's not what I meant to hit. Let us get... I think I want Welsh. Ooh, or do I want goats instead of sheep? Let's do goats. We'll just get... Actually, we should have gotten two. We'll get a second. No. Come on. And then we'll get... I don't want to max it out. I want to give them room to breed. So 25 minus 2 would be 23. Heck yeah. Let's feed them. And I will need to water them as well. This one does take water, unfortunately. I'm down at the shop off camera picking up my bale wrapper that I decided to get here. It's not the one I originally wanted, but it's the one that fits the size of bales I'm doing. And it looks like Richard has bought my favorite self-propelled mower and a timber trailer. So there's a possibility that we might see him coming down. He has a very long trip. I didn't show you guys where he's at on the map, did I? He has a very long trip because he, zoom way out, he is way up here. And he stopped right there with that. Oh, here he comes. So yeah, he has a very long trip to get back to the store for equipment. On the flip side, he's a lot closer to some sale points. So, you know, it's just going to be one of those things. But, yeah, I decided I better get myself a wrapper because we have way more grass bales than we can use as feed for the goats. And why not make some money off of them, right? Anyway, I'll see you guys in a little while. Alright, everybody. It is starting to get dark here on our first day. And I have gone ahead and off camera wrapped all the bales that I plan on wrapping for silage and used the concrete texture to pave out some parking for equipment. And I used the concrete texture to allow it to be differentiated from this texture because this texture has auto drive routes on it and I didn't want to screw those up. I'll probably paint in a little bit more of this corner just to have a little bit more space, but right now I'm not worried about it. I'll do that when, you know what, I'm gonna park in the trucks for the truck and trailers first. I will do that when I need more equipment space. So, whoopsie, caught the weight, sent it flying. Beautiful. That right there is what I was hoping for. So yeah, I'm just gonna finish off putting the equipment away. So since we're coming to the end of our day, I think I will call it here for my video at least. I'd like to thank you all for watching, and we will see you on the next one here on Competitive Multiplayer. If you're liking what we're doing, please give us a like and watch Richard's video linked in the description below.